Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Today I want to talk about a very fascinating subject, and for those of you who've never heard of this before, there has been a long-standing stigma with the month of April. And not just that, and to get even more specific, the later part of April, beginning today on April 15th, and everything that comes between up until April 20th. Some people have even gone as far as to boldly state that the third week of April is when evil happens. And upon doing further research, it would seem that there is some truth to this. And the more you dig, the more you find that April has over the years brung forth more than its fair share of terror, tragedy, and calamity. And so there's some very anomalous statistics that span hundreds of years linking to tragic or just overall bad events occurring in the month of April, which by the way only makes up less than 2% of the entire year, but accounts for a devastating large share of the catastrophes that occur in it. And we're talking things that are both man-made and natural, or so they seem. One of the very first major incidents that began this series of disasters led with the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, who was shot and killed on April 15th, 1865. Then we had the infamous sinking of the Titanic on April 14th, 1914, followed by the assassination of Martin Luther King on April 4th, 1968. The Boston Marathon bombings, April 15, 2013. The Virginia Tech Massacre, April 16, 2007. The West Texas Fertilizer Plant explosion, April 17, 2013. The bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, killing 63 people on April 18, 1983. The fire at the Branch Davidian compound in Waco, Texas, April 19, 1993. On April 19, 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing occurred, courtesy of Timothy McVeigh, that killed 168 people. April 20th has been a mystery date all on its own, starting with the birth of Adolf Hitler on April 20th, 1889. The Columbine High School shooting on April 20th, 1999, followed by the Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion, again on April 20th, 2010. And these dates just go on and on and on. On April 20th, 1961, the U.S. supported the Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba, which led to thousands of the Cuban people being slaughtered. April 20th, 1914 was the date of one of the worst atrocities committed against American workers at the Rockefeller-owned Ludlow coal mine in Colorado, where a strike was taking place. After the Colorado National Guard was sent in, some 20 people were killed, many of them women and children who suffocated after a hole that they had been hiding in was filled with smoke. On April 20th, 1978, we saw the infamous interception of Korean Airlines Flight 902 by Soviet jets. After straying into Soviet airspace not far from the border of Finland, the Boeing 707 was fired upon by Soviet Su-15 jets. 2 people were killed, but the jet made an emergency landing, saving the rest of the 107 people on board. Did you also know that Shakespeare himself feared the month of April? Which, by the way, also happens to be the date where the epic modernist poem by T.S. Eliot titled The Wasteland, which is sometimes regarded as one of the most important poems of the 20th century, And is it merely chance that this profound poet began his masterwork with the line, quote, "April is the cruelest month"? For many people, April 15th is the cruelest day of the year, otherwise known as Tax Day. And might I add, the most frightening of all of these April dates was that of April 1970, where the very first AMC Gremlin was first sold. And so is this all merely a coincidence? Or is there something more to it? Is the universe trying to tell us something here? Is there some sort of special correlation between these dates and why it is so dreaded and feared by people around the world? On the other hand, some people have said that April has its fair share of success stories. For instance, some of those being the fact that Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record, the Confederacy surrendered, effectively ending the Civil War, Napoleon was defeated, the first modern-day Olympics were founded, the polio vaccine was created, the Empire State Building was completed, we had the first American in space and the English Channel completed, and these also go on. But I must admit, the staggering number of tragic events as opposed to the happy events happening in April does cause one to sit back and take note, and to wonder, is there truly something about April, or is it all just in our minds? And so today, being with April 15th, I guess we're just going to see how the next week goes. You know, I've been seeing a lot of fear-mongering videos being posted to YouTube, talking about World War III and how it's about to occur thanks to President Trump, and these ongoing tensions with Syria, Russia, China, North Korea. And so will April once again live up to its name? And are we looking at a very long, drawn-out next 5 days? I guess time will only tell. So, with that, thank you all for stopping by today. If you enjoy my work and these strange stories that we love to talk about here, please subscribe and share this video. And if you have your own strange story or piece of UFO footage, don't hesitate to email me. All my contact info is down in the video description. Also, follow me on Twitter, where I constantly post updates as to when new videos are coming. So, you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you back here in just a bit with much more. Stay safe, guys.